that you came to meet Virginia's Senator Tim Kain. You all know who he is. So there's no need for me to recite a list of his many achievements. What Afia and I think is important is that Senator Kain has been a missionary, a teacher, a strong civil rights advocate, effective government leader. What sets him apart is decency and honesty. Senator Kain, he's a principled and moderate leader who focuses on the most important challenges our country is facing. Promoting jobs for everyone, they can have a life with dignity, ensuring that everyone gets a fair opportunity. This is the leadership that Senator Kain provides and why we need him to be re-elected. Afia and I know that Senator Kain works hard every day to shape the country that we want children to grow up in. Senator Kain, I cannot tell you how happy I am to introduce you to my friends, all of whom are Americans who have lived lives filled with amazing achievements. And it's pleasure and great honor to introduce Senator Kain. I will also encourage everyone to tell your old family friends to support Senator Kain for coming up elections and everything. Thank you so much.
And to be here with all of you, as Khurram said, during the holiday season, but that just shows what a good friend you are, Khurram, that you have this great group of friends. And I know some of you are friends from work, some of you are friends from, coming from Pakistan and being Pakistani Americans. It's a very diverse group. Others are friends from the gym. However, I would like to tell you about the Senate, the challenges in the Senate, and my race in 2024. In the Senate, I do 50% of my work is on domestic policy. I'm on the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee. That's all on one committee. All of healthcare, all of education, labor and employment issues, pension issues, and about half of my work is in that space. And everyone cares about healthcare and education. But the other 50% of what I do is what is the role of America in the world. I am the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee over the Americas. Fluent in Spanish, I can travel everywhere without a translator. Still have friends in the Americas because of my time in Honduras. To get my team to come up with a statement, the presidents of Colombia and Spain to the council. We were able to reach out to the business community who had been silent because so many of them are corrupt that they weren't sure who they wanted to back, and told them if there's a government taking power, if you want foreign investors, what is talking about that side, right? The members of their cabinet, Israel to defend itself from Hamas, but also draw a clear line to suggest that defending against Hamas is not a license to wage war against Gazans or Palestinians. You should defend against Hamas, but not wage war against Gazans and Palestinians. And part of the bill is humanitarian aid for Gazans. Here's what I learned in 11 years in the Senate, being on the Foreign Relations and Armed Services Committee about the United States. We don't have the answers. We don't have all the answers, and on some issues, we don't have any of the answers. However, we still do the best job of setting up a table and inviting people to the table who do have the answers. If we're not inviting people to the table to have a dialogue, often the answers don't even surface. In Israel, Gaza, and the question is about the US government, are we doing the right thing? What should we do differently? What are we grappling with? We are grappling with this right now because the bill that the president sent to us about 45 days ago, this supplemental bill, has aid for Israel and Gaza humanitarian relief, but the president sends those over without a lot of specification, and then we write the bill and we put in what's important. I have prepared an amendment with Senator Van Hollen of Maryland and some other colleagues to basically specify that in this bill, anyone receiving military aid, Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, anyone receiving military aid has to follow a set of specifications, follow international law, including the law of war, which requires reduction of civilian casualties. follow the law. It's a current US law that says if we're going to give you military aid, you have to agree that you will not thwart the delivery of humanitarian aid to people who are suffering in the region where war is taking place. I do believe that Israel has a right to defend itself against the Hamas that has pledged its destruction. However, if you look at what's happening right now, Israel has asked Gazans to move from the north to the south so they won't be in harm's way, but then they're not delivering humanitarian aid into the south. So that looks like it's more of a punishment of Gazans than a war against Hamas. And on the West Bank, settlers are not only committing violence against Palestinians on the West Bank, and they're not Gazans, and they're not Hamas, but even some of that violence, the settlers are being escorted by IDF reservists and Israeli border police. And so we're putting into the bill specifications. You have to follow international law. You have to allow humanitarian relief. And again, that's whether it's Israel or Ukraine or anyone that's receiving funds. And we're also putting into the bill a set of specifications and the president must report to us every 60 days on are the rules being followed, etc.